As a local roofer, do you know the secrets of ranking at the top of ChatGPT search results? Today I'm going to show you some things that'll help you get up in ranking. AI is being used more and more. You don't want to get left out, and you don't want to stay just on Google. So let's talk about people's version and view of ranking, because it has changed. It's even changed on Google, but the accelerant of it now with different algorithms like AI is changing all of it even more. So let's discuss what used to happen. People put up a website. In fact, I talk to people all the time, and usually I just get off the phone with them if they're in this mindset. I can't talk them back from this low of a level of understanding of it. It's like, I need leads. And so, well, you get leads by building a brand and showing up on Google and AI and ChatGPT. But people want a lead because they don't show up very well. But they'll say things like, well, I got a website. I got a Google account. I just need you to make it work or get leads. And then they'd meet up with a digital marketing agency who would say things like, oh, we're going to get some phony addresses, trick Google, and get some links out of the country and do a bunch of blogs. So basically the view of this was, I'm going to put up this thing, try to trick these guys over at Google so that they'll show me up in top search ranking, because that's really all I want. And so they go, yeah, throw me 1,000 links out of India. Yeah, give me 100 blogs. I go, well, I'm doing it, Nolen. We're doing it. Or none of that. And they go, well, I got a website and I get reviews all the time. I got 150. And you know, when anybody calls me over the years, anybody, they have a problem with their website, with their SEO, with their digital brand signaling. They all have a problem with it because it's not recognized well in the first place. And then people argue about the fact that they have these things, but it doesn't work. So let's talk about what does work and what's changed. So blogs, links, trash, spam, trickery, one-trick ponies, really a brand that doesn't deserve to show up in ranking. So that brand doesn't deserve to show up in ranking because it's not trusted by Google, it's not trusted by AI or ChatGPT, and it doesn't deserve to be shown to a user. It's a poor user experience, and it has non-helpful content and non-helpful brand signaling. In fact, it might even bring you a penalty because all you're trying to do is trick the search engines. So what do you need to do? So the website's critical. Things have gotten better, more streamlined here. We do things differently. We use AI. We have more clients with less human beings here, but we still have people in here doing highest best practices. So we don't ignore things like a website. We don't ignore things like, you know, your service pages either. We won't ignore that. Multi-brand signaling. We champion a brand, so the base of that brand is done as well as it possibly can be. We're not remiss on it. We don't lie to you, telling you that you don't need a site or need this other stuff. If it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Some of the old school metrics still have to get done, like some domain authority, linking, citations. We're not going to be remiss in it. We're not going to ignore high-end essential SEO, but we don't partake in cheating, like just slamming links forever or blogs that nobody wants to read. That helpful content or non-helpful under that Google update can actually cause a penalty. Now, AI comes along and it's way smarter, and it's looking at things differently. The algorithm's clearly going to be different than Google's. And if you go look it up, they'll show different search results than Google's on ChatGPT. So if I had to help your brain begin to think in a different way, the base gets done well. That site's fantastic. It shows all my services. It's got really well done WordPress, got all my services listed. It's been coded well. It looks good. It's custom. It's unique. They're going to give it pretty good creds immediately. Go, hey, we like them better than we used to. Now, what do you do now? You can't just let it sit there. No one said don't blog, don't send links forever. I did. Don't do those things, but it doesn't mean they don't need content and brand signaling. Doesn't need that. They don't need daily signals from that brand coming in going, oh man, Google, ChatGPT, we feel so good about them. It's feeling good. They're not trying to cheat us. You're not cheating them anyway. If it is, it's temporary nowadays. So multi-brand signaling from multiple places. Enter in DataPins. We started worrying about bad content 8 years ago and created our own proprietary software to help send signals that you couldn't cheat. At this geo coordinate, this little red pin drop right here, Google, ChatGPT, we did a job. Now, we emailed and texted them and asked, and they didn't leave us a review, or they did. Now, you cannot put up a one-pager or a spammed out website and get reviews and expect to compete in a competitive market and show up at the top of the results because of what I'm talking about. And if you do get a little bit off of it, you'll get far less than you could have because they just don't even know what you do and it's not as good of a user experience. So the brand is nice and clean and signals come in, and now we're pulling multiple signals. This geo coordinate here, something happened. Job happened here. It's wrapped in a schema code that says we did work here. So now you have an extra element of a brand signal. And then you wrote something, which we redo with AI, and you have a couple of sentences. Did this here, and this nuance of this job, and it goes to a relevant page on your website. So then that happens. Now you go in and you pull in your photos count as unique content and videos. Any day we're going to have the video version launch and it'll go to your own YouTube account. That's a third-party SERP signal coming into the brand. And then you've got 7-8 points of schema coming in from the DataPin, going to multiple pages, all spiderable by Google, AI, ChatGPT, and other AI. And the brand signals come in regularly and nice. Yes, you're still getting some reviews. We're working on your Google business profile mapping, and everything's getting better. And it's regular. We don't just go out and start and stop and go, well, I'm not going to do this from December to February. I just cold turkey quit signaling anything to the largest movements in humanity for marketing. That's another thing I'll stop and talk about. These are the largest movements in humanity for marketing. It used to just be Google. Now it's AI. Now it's ChatGPT. You do not want to not participate in this. You are a digital brand. There is no other logical conclusion but to move up in ranking, whether it's Google or AI. If you have a great brand and you champion that digital brand signal with a great user experience without cheating against webmaster guidelines, there's no other conclusion. And 99% of people out there do a god-awful job of it. There is room in every market to get up, and you can get up on Google Maps for 1,000 keywords. Yeah, I will say that if you're in a market that's large and there's some guys in there with 1,000, 2,000 reviews, you're going to get long tail keywords. That's where DataPins comes in again, talking about the nuance of a job. Half of all keywords are what Google calls low search volume. So you can get in where you fit in, you do a better job, and while you're waiting on primary keywords, you can still get daily call volume by getting other keywords up there. And then I'm telling you, the algorithm's different for ChatGPT and other AI, and you might get up there quicker, differently. So that is how to look at this. You're a digital brand, multiple brand signalings, no BS, a high quality service provider like Webmasters, DataPins, and you fight for that brand daily. You understand it's your digital brand, it'll change your life, best ROI, and it's where all the largest companies are when you search. There's no mistake. If you look up in mapping, they're busy because they're up there, because the majority of best leads come from there. And now AI as well. So guys, AI is pulling the same stuff, a little smarter, a little more nuance, a little more diversity of signals they're pulling. We do diversity signals like nobody's business. So when AI comes along, boom, we got it. Clients getting up there, getting up there, getting up there. And I love it. Right now, hopefully it stays that way. It's Wild West out there. Who knows what's going to happen? But right now, you just simply have more opportunity and more places to show up. And all the stuff, I like organic, as y'all know, non-paid. I want to show up in Maps. I want to show up in organic. I want to show up on AI, and I don't want to pay for anything because we're simply the best one out there. Give us a call when you're ready. We'd love to hear from you.